You tell people what he's like behind closed doors, but the majority of people in your life don't even believe you. They think you're kind of crazy. Because to them, he's charming, he's kind, he's the guy that lights up the room and makes it seem wonderful and great and amazing. But you know the truth. And even though you feel crazy because you tell people this and they seem like, no, what are you talking about? You know what happens behind closed doors. You know the man who looks at you like you're nothing. Almost like he sees through you, he just ignores you. You know the man who turns cold in an instant, all of a sudden shifting where he is to where he's going, and it shifts completely. You know the man who says the most cruel things, the cutting things, the moments you're alone, the moment he's putting you down about what you said, how you embarrassed him, how you dress. But the problem is nobody sees it. No one else experiences it. All of this, you need to understand, is extremely intentional. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake of how he's showing up to them and how he's showing up to you. And I know this because that's how I used to be. If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this channel to provide awareness about narcissistic abuse. I help women who are trapped in toxic relationships find freedom, breaking the trauma bond, eradicating the triggers, and finding out who they are again apart from him and the narrative that he's been selling you. Because he sells you a narrative, but he sells other people a narrative too. Like there's a piece that you get stuck for a period of time where you're looking and you're like, he's kind to other people. Maybe that's the real him. Maybe that's the version that I actually fell in love with. Maybe that's actually him. I don't see it all the time because he's more comfortable around me. And you think maybe that if you could just figure out what is it that switches him back and forth? Like what's that switch inside of him that could make him happy and mad and good and bad? Like what's that switch? So you can be that way all the time. And you think that. But the truth inside of it, the public version of him is the mask. It's the version of him that he's created with the charm, with the smiles, with the way he plays the doting partner in front of all other people. It's calculated. The way he does certain things so people are like, oh, you're such a great couple. Because he knows this, that if people actually saw the truth, he wouldn't be able to control the narrative. He wouldn't be able to control his image. He wouldn't be able to control you. And control is what Narcissist is all about. But it's not even control about you. It's control about his image, the narrative. So as a result, he creates this double life, a duality of who he actually is. He controls who sees what at what given time. He controls how you see him versus how other people see him. He makes sure that only you see the worst of him and everybody else sees the best of him. He saves the insults for when you're alone, not in front of others. That would look bad for his image. He keeps the cruelty behind closed doors. That would look abusive. That would be too much. He makes sure that it's hidden. He waits until there's no one around before he shows his true colors. And he shows it to you and nobody else. You see the worst of him. And sometimes you even think, well, that's just because he loves me, or that's because he trusts me, that's because he's comfortable with me. But in reality, it's to train you. So that if you ever got the guts to be able to speak up and actually say something, you'd look like the crazy one. You'd look like the one with the issue. So as a result, he uses everything around him, his public persona, to look a certain way, but also to discredit you. He spent years crafting an image, looking, acting, talking a certain way to be the guy that everyone likes, to be the good guy, the good husband, the good father. He's the one that helps people, that shows up and does things that he wouldn't even do at home. He's the one that seems almost too good to be true to some people because he's telling and showing them a mask, a version of reality that's not actually real. And if you get frustrated to the place you try to expose him, nobody's going to believe you. Because they've been buying his lies for such a long period of time. They believe him. When he comes back to them and he's talking about you and he's like, yeah, she's always so dramatic. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. She's just exaggerating. She's just trying to make me look bad. She's just jealous of me and everything that's happened. Everything. She's jealous of my workplace and where I'm at. And all of a sudden it switches where you try to come forward and say, hey, there's an issue here. And now you're the problem. You're the one that people are looking at and being like, oh, there's something wrong with you. But the problem is he doesn't just do this to other people and put a mask on. He also does things to make you question your reality. Because he knows there's an aspect of you that's struggling with what's going on. Which version of you is there? He knows there's a piece that's doubting yourself. And so instead of helping clear it up, he actually does something worse. He makes you doubt yourself even more. You're walking and he puts his arm around you for a family event, where at home he would never do that. He compliments you in front of his friends. You wonder, who is this? Because I haven't heard a compliment from him in years. He does just enough to make you wonder, maybe you're overreacting. Maybe this is actually you just imagining it. And all of a sudden you get to the place where you're questioning every single thing. You're questioning your thoughts and what you're actually seeing. Is it actually real? Maybe it's not as bad as what I thought. Maybe I'm just making this up. Maybe I'm just too sensitive and it's not him, it's just me. Maybe I just need to adjust who I am. I need to adjust my expectations. Maybe I'm the one ruining this. I need to shift something up. But I need you to understand, he will make you doubt everything so that you feel crazy. Let me be clear. You are not crazy. This is manipulation. This is intentional. This is intentional chaos that he's putting in your life to keep you stuck. You see, a narcissist wins not just when he has control, but when he keeps you confused. That's before control. And the control is great. He's like, yeah, I can have control over you. Before control, he doesn't even need to worry about it if you stay confused. If you stay confused, you don't move. If you don't move, you die. The version of you disintegrates because you no longer know who you are. You've given away. You've abdicated all of your authority. You have no more power and authority in your life. But it said this guy controls every single aspect. Why? Because if you stay confused, you do not move. Nothing shifts inside of your life. You stay in the exact same place no matter what. He's living a double life. And the problem is you think he's two different people because of that. You think that maybe deep down inside there's a good man inside of him. There's a good, acceptable, loving, kind guy, but there isn't. You wonder, is he a man or is he a monster? It's the one that he chooses in the moment. And every time he keeps showing up and treating you toxically, he's choosing the monster. He's choosing to show up in a toxic, negative way. But you sit back and you're like, well, maybe he's a good person. Like maybe he's actually truly good. It's just, he just saves the worst for the person who loves him the most. I need you to understand, like, if he truly was a good person, he wouldn't only be kind when there's an audience. He won't only be caring when there's somebody watching. He wouldn't be loving when your family's just around. I need you to see this. If you can see this, you won't be able to unsee it. Part of what I'm saying and talking to you about is if I'm waking you up to the reality that you're in a toxic relationship, I'm helping liberate you, but at the same time, you're also kind of screwed. And what I mean by that is if you start seeing the toxicity that's in your life, it will compel you to two different decisions. One, to actually get free and figure out how to do that. Or two, to stay stuck and feel even worse about yourself. One provides freedom and liberation. The other one provides shame and guilt. You waking up is the reality that something has to shift. There has to be a couple things that you do for yourself too. One thing is you have to stop explaining yourself. Like people who haven't experienced this just aren't going to get it. Your family that has no clue about narcissistic abuse, like they're going to tell you that you're overreacting. They're going to tell you, just move on if he leaves. Like they're going to say so many different things that might be well-intentioned, but they don't have a clue. They'll be like, he's always been so nice to me. Like, I don't know what the problem is with you. Like, they'll make you feel like you're the bad guy for speaking up. They'll quiet your voice. They'll make you shrink simply because you are saying something that doesn't fit into their world. Stop trying to make them understand. You don't need their validation to know what you're in. You don't need their validation to know you're in a toxic relationship. You've been abused. You don't need their approval. You don't need them to believe you in order for the truth to be real to you. This is why it's important to write things down, to be able to understand your reality is based on your truth, not based on someone else's explanation of it. You need to get to the place you stop waiting for him to be the man he pretends to be. You've been waiting, you've been hoping, you've been thinking that the man you fell in love with is going to come back. And as a result, you're thinking, hoping, praying that maybe it'll happen, maybe it'll be real, but he was never real. There was charm, there was affection. The way he made you feel special at the very beginning of the relationship, that was part of the act. That was part of the ruse to be able to guide you into a place that you would get stuck with him. The sooner you stop waiting for him to be that person again, the sooner you set yourself up to be free, to actually liberate yourself from the relationship. But you have to see it and understand this. We have to help you take your power back. You spend so many long times like trying to navigate his moods, his tones, his interactions, trying to anticipate which version of him do you get when he walks through the door. Trying to hold on to the good moments and ignore the bad ones just to help feel better that the bad ones don't hurt as bad, but they still are there. They're still affecting you. But I need you to hear this. You don't have to live like this. This is not part of your world that you have to stay stuck in, that you have to keep doubting yourself or beating yourself up or thinking that you have to keep justifying your behavior, explaining it to other people. Like you don't have to keep shrinking just to make him more comfortable in his life. He's already living a comfortable life because he's controlling you. He's controlling the narrative and is keeping you down. The truth of the matter is, narcissists aren't two different people. People want to think they are, so they feel better about themselves, but it's just not true. He's just a man that knows exactly when to wear a mask, knows exactly what to do, what to say, how to control and manipulate you in other situations. He's just a man that has made choices to lie over and over and over again. He's a man who made choices to cheat on you, not because you forced him. You couldn't have forced him. He made a conscious choice. He made a conscious decision. It was up to him, and he chose to do something to hurt you. He put on a mask over and over to other people. He put on a mask initially for you, and he dropped it. Now you see the worst of him. Now it's time that you actually see behind the mask so that you can actually be free permanently. So it's not just a piece that you think and you hope that the mask is real. It's not real. You're at a place where you're confused, you're lost, and you're wondering, I want to believe so much that there's a good version of him. I know how much you want to believe that deep down, that he loves you, but he hasn't shown it. There's no demonstration. There's no evidence that it's love at all. It's not love. This is not what love looks like. And if you don't believe that yet, I get it. But I want to provide you an opportunity to be able to see and understand with evidence of how you can actually liberate your mindset and how you can actually be free. I've created a community called the Thriver Community. An opportunity for you to walk through a healing journey and a growth mindset. Healing to be able to break the trauma bond, eradicate the triggers, and process the emotion. Growth to be able to get to the place that you establish boundaries. You're able and willing to say no to other people. And you're able to move forward and actually know who you are. If you're a woman today that's stuck in a toxic relationship and you're ready to stop questioning yourself, start seeing the truth and the reality of the situation, then here's your next step. I want you to go rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. And go there, fill out the application, and book a call. You're going to see a video from me walking you through some of it and an application so I get to know you a little bit. And then we're going to sit down and build a plan for you to actually heal and grow and develop who you are. The truth of the matter is, he was never different in private versus public. He was just always wearing a mask to appear different. Stop believing that there's two versions of him. There's only one, and that's the one that you see behind the mask consistently.
Hey, just want to jump in here really quick and say you might have been watching my content for a period of time, but you haven't taken the next step. You haven't taken the next moment, the next idea, the next thought to actually change your life. And I want to provide you with a couple different options. One of the ways is to be able to work with me personally inside the Thriver Intensive. What I do inside of there is help you break the trauma bond, eradicate the triggers, and move forward in the healing process. You've got 24/7 access to me. You've got access to other women who are going through it, access to other coaches, but a support system that you need to finally break free once and for all, and to make sure that you don't go back, that you don't interact with them again, and that you finally find peace. If you're interested in knowing a little bit more about this, then click on the link down below, but it'll be rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. You'll be able to hear a little bit from me, you'll be able to hear a little bit from my wife, and be able to hear a little bit more about what I do to help you move forward. If that resonates with you, click on the link below, rawmotivations.com/breakthrough.